Okay guys, let me introduce you to a system today. I call this one the Nautilus Gambit. It's named for the Nautilus shell. It's a natural marvel that grows in a perfect logarithmic spiral that this strategy follows in a similar mathematical elegance, okay? The core of the Nautilus Gambit is, of course, the Fibonacci sequence, a pattern found throughout nature. And this strategy applies a sequence across two shifting bets in a precise spiraling pattern with the ultimate goal of capturing a small defined profit before resetting. Okay, so you're going to start off at one unit. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to play the last two dozens to hit, or the last two columns. We're going to stick on the dozens this time, just to make it easier so you can understand it. If a zero hit like at the top, you just ignore it and you put your $10 on, not the hundreds, you put $10 on the last two dozens to hit and you spin. Now each of these are separate bets. We're following the Fibonacci pattern. However, the losing bet's going to go on the winning last dozen, if that makes sense. So the winning last dozen, second 12 missed, but the first 12 hit. So your bet's going to will look like that. And I'll show you how we got there. So this was your bet, right? This one hit, so we take it off. This one lost. So we move it over here, and then we add a unit to it. And then we go back and put our new $10 bet, our new reset, on the previous dozen to hit. So it's, again, you see that's how the pattern is. As you go up in the pattern, it'll be easier. You'll see the differences. There's a 15. Okay, so the 15 hit. However, the third 12 didn't hit, and it's at 20. So now it goes to 30, and then we put the new bet on the previous dozen to hit, which was the third 12, and we're spinning. Basically, you're trying to get two dozens to hit in a row to recoup your losses, or any losses that you had. Okay, so now this one goes to 50, which will be going on the third dozen. And then this one goes back to 10 because it hit. And it goes on the second dozen previous to hit. 18, it looks like it's going back and forth between those dozens, doesn't it? 18, 34, 15, 33, ever since we've played it. Not a big deal, okay? Then you rebet. This is 50, so let's clear them out. So this now goes to 80, and we hit this second dozen, and we're spinning. Hit a second dozen, and we go 11. Okay, we lost both. So now 80 goes to 130. It goes over here, and then the 10 goes on the previous to hit here, but then we follow the Fibonacci scale and move it up one, and we're spinning. It's easy to remember, guys. Just remember to move your losing bet to the winning dozen, and then replace your next bet on the remaining. So we were at 130. Right? And 20. So we go to 210. And then the last hit was over here, and this goes to 30. And we're spinning. Need a big hit. Big number. There we go, 26. Okay, boom. $390 win. We reached our 120 or $100 profit goal, so we can reset. So then it was 26 and 9 and 11. So we go 10 and 10, and we spin. And we'll play this to 200. There's a 9. Got a $10 win. So the loser goes to 20, which goes on there, and then the 26 is the previous to hit, so we put our bet there. Easy pattern to follow, guys. Don't make it more difficult than it is. Okay? It's just going to be a rebet and the same bet because the one hit, so this third 12 goes over to the first 12, you add to it, and then you reset your bet back to the 26. So it stays the same. And we're spinning. Trying to get to $200. Okay, and it's going to stay the same again because the third 12 hit, you'd move it over, remove the first 12, add to it, and then put your bet back on the previous to hit, which was that. So it stays the same. As long as it hits in that first column, it's staying the same. Okay, now it lost. So now we go 10, 20, 30, and then we go 10, 20. because the both of them lost. So you add the Fibonacci scale of both. We're trying to get to 200. Here's a 5. That's a $10 win. Okay, we're 170. So you rebet. You take this bet here, which is 30, right? And so we're going to have a $50 bet on 1 because the second 12 hit it, lost at 30. So we move it to the first 12 and then go up the Fibonacci scale, and the 22 hit, so we're back at 10. Hope this makes sense to you guys. It's really easy, and it seems to work. See, we're at 260. Let's go for 300. Okay. So we got 10 and 22 and spin. Here's a 20. Okay, so then we go 10, 20, and 10. There's a 26. Okay, so we lost both. So we'll go 10, 20, 30 on the losing, and 20 on the second dozen. These are the previous two to hit on the dozens. 29 hit, trying to get to 300. Here's 40, we're at 280. So rebet, let's take this off. This is 20, so clear it out. This goes to 30, it hit here. 10, 20, 30, and then 10 goes back to the 20. The new bet goes back to the previous. Okay, miss that, trying to get to 300, rebet. As you can see, we're at 30, so this goes to 50. Let's remove this. And then this bet, which was at 10, now goes to 20, 50, and 20 is going to be on the third dozen. And we're spinning. 9. Okay, $80 win. We're at 320. We can reset. You see how simple it is, guys? 9 and 29. Okay. Just follow the pattern. It seems to work fairly well. Okay. So basically, there we go. We bet and rebet. You just add $10 when you win to the third 12. If it keeps hitting in the third 12, you just rebet the same. First 12 hit. So you move the $20 over here and make it 30. And then you take the new bet and you put it on the third 12 because 34 was a previous to hit. We're playing this at 400 and then we'll stop the video. Okay, so you lost 40. So there you lost both. So this 30 goes to 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's remove this. And then this 10 goes to 20 because we lost both, and it's going to go here. And we're spinning. 28. We lost both again. Okay. So basically it's going to shift over. So this 50 is going to go to 80. And then this 20 is going to go to 30. And it should be set just like that. You'll start figuring out the patterns once you play it more. But you're always betting the two previous to hit. We're trying to get to 400. That's a $20 loss. So we take this bet here, which is 80, and it goes to 130. Let's just clear them off because we won that one. So it goes to 130 on the losing bet and $10 back on the 28, which was the next to hit, or the previous to hit. Trying to play this at 400. Here's an 11. Okay, so now we take the 130, it goes to 210. Okay. Okay, take this off. We lost both. So this one, 10 goes to 20. Okay, and we're spinning. Playing the previous two dozens to hit with the largest bet on the last dozen to hit. 3. Here we go. Boom, $400 win. We're at $460. You can reset. there you go, guys. You can reset back to 10 and 10, and then your bets would be these two, the two previous to hit. Okay, again, this is the Nautilus Gambit. It's a Fibonacci progression sequence on 2 individual dozen bets. You're going to place the highest amount on the last dozen to hit, and then the second bet will be on the previous dozen to hit. So you're playing the last 2 dozens to hit, or the 2 columns. It's your choice. The Nautilus Gambit, you guys check it out, test it out for me, tell me what you think. But if you follow this pattern, it seems to work pretty well. I think the only way that you can lose is it really needs to alternate and keep hitting the uncovered dozen, or you keep hitting, or you keep missing on the follow-up bet of trying to hit the second dozen in a row. Those could be your drawbacks for this system. But again, remember, you need to gamble. If you're going to be gambling with only the money that you can afford to lose. And remember, it carries an inherent risk. The Nautilus Gambit, like all betting systems, cannot overcome the casino's house edge and does not guarantee a profit. This progression can lead to large bets during a losing streak. So gamble responsibly. Okay, guys? That's all I have to say. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this infotainment, and I look forward to hearing to your comments. Thank you, guys. Bye.